Hey guys, welcome to day number 8 on the Peace Came Down devotional. I hope that this has been blessing you and helping you as we turn our hearts and our minds towards Christ during this season and we just experience His love and His grace. You know, this year, 2020, it has been an incredibly difficult year. It's been so challenging for so many of us. And a lot of times we can allow ourselves to be anxious. We can allow ourselves to go through times of extreme anxiety and even depression. You know, just to be very honest with you, there's been a lot of times over the last year that I have felt anxious, where I've had really almost mini panic attacks that'll hit me. My heart will start racing. My breathing gets a little shallower and all of this. And it's just these moments of feeling out of control, feeling like you don't know what's going to happen, and that can be really easy. So even if you look at our culture today, we live in an anxious culture. And one of the things that we have to learn to do is we have to learn to find peace in God. See, here's the thing. If you and I spend all of our time looking for peace in other places, we're never going to find it. If anything, this entire year and everything that we've experienced, if it's done anything, it's made us realize how little control we have in our world. And it's really shown us that those areas that maybe we put some faith in and trust in, they really weren't trustworthy. And we need to take time and we need to look at things different. We need to really determine, where do I find peace? Where does my peace come from? Where does that happen? And one of the things I love about looking at heroes of the Bible, especially like David, where David went through so many trials and so many difficulties and so much pain, and yet in Psalm chapter 4, verse 8, he's able to write this. And just listen to what he says in this. He says, "In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." See, even in the midst of a global pandemic, social unrest, all of these things that have happened, the political mess that we've experienced this year, even in the midst of all of those things, it is through Christ alone that we dwell in safety. It's nothing else. It's simply Him. And so what I've found more and more is that my own anxiousness and my own challenges and difficulties that I experience, they come in moments where maybe I'm not trusting as much. Maybe I'm seeking peace in other ways. And while that's incredibly difficult to sit there and switch our thinking to go, you know what, God, you and you alone are the one who gives me peace. I think it's important that we realize that peace comes from God. And that's it. And one of the great things is God is the one who is able and willing to carry all of our burdens. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to do it alone. So don't. Give them to Jesus. Here's a really practical way that I've had to do this year. This year, of course, has been difficult being in a leadership role like I am. One of the things I've experienced is a constant tension of not knowing what decision to make. And there's moments where you'll find out some news and you have to make a decision within just a few hours. Sometimes even less time than that. It's been really an interesting time. And you know that no matter what you decide, someone's going to be frustrated. Someone's going to be disappointed. You're going to let someone down. And so what I've had to do in just a hyper-practical sense this year is I've had to stop and I've had to say, okay, God, in the midst of all of this, help me have one desire and one desire only. And that is that at the end, I would be found faithful by you and you alone. And by doing that, what I'm doing is I'm basically saying, okay, God, I'm going to stop trying to control all of it. I'm just going to do what I can do, and I'm going to leave the rest up to you. Because In Him do I find safety. In Him do I find peace. And so I hope that during this season that you will begin to unload some of that, some of those burdens that you've got just a little bit, and give them to Jesus. He's more than capable of carrying them. And you'll find more peace than you could imagine if you'll just give those to Him. So, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that this draws you just a little bit closer to Jesus and makes your heart turn just a little closer to Him as we worship Him this season. We'll see you tomorrow.